Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Here is your weekly 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After review and recap. And I know every single week I tell you I am so done with these couples. I know, but this week's a little different. I actually enjoyed Yara's storyline. Yara and Jovi, as you know, Jovi is still away. He breaks the news to Yara that he's not going to be coming back for another 3 weeks, so he'll be gone almost 3 months at this point. But remember, this is the way that they're making money. But she's not happy about it. But I also love Jovi's mom. I love the interaction because I honestly feel, even though if she's annoyed with Yara and Yara is bossy, Yara expects to be taken care of, even, she had COVID, but the mom seems okay with it. She loves her grandbaby. She loves her Jovi. So she's willing to do anything for Yara. And I honestly believe it. I believe that she is willing to be there for Yara. But Jovi also breaks the news that they have to move out of their apartment that's in New Orleans, and she gets to decide where they move next. And she decided to move out into the suburbs. And it's actually a really nice home that they're moving into. But Jovi's mom is a little concerned because he's left the bayou. When she said that, I was like, oh, that's such a way to say you've left the countryside or you've left the burbs, the bayou. He's left the bayou. Anyways, we also get to meet Jovi's grandmother as well, who has, I love the Louisiana accent. But I love that they're there for her. She's there, sipping on her coffee that they brought for her, breastfeeding her baby. Yara is enjoying this. But I honestly feel like there's really been a relationship built between Yara and Jovi's family, even though Yara comes across whatever way you want to describe her. But I do believe that there's a genuine connection between Yara, Jovi's family. And I think that's really sweet and authentic and something that we can really appreciate about the show. We're actually getting something real. Brandon and Julia. This week, I think some of it was real, meaning that they really want to move out. But them going to look at this beautiful apartment. It's a beautiful apartment. But as soon as he said, this is a 3-bedroom, I was like, oh, Lord, here we go with the pre-produced. They don't need a 3-bedroom. They can't afford a 3-bedroom. Even though $1,800, I was like, for a 3-bedroom, that's a steal. In Virginia, right? That's where they're located. But they don't need a 3-bedroom, especially if this is their first apartment. If anything, at the most, they need a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. I don't see why they would need a 2-bedroom unless they're planning to have kids and they don't want to have kids. But I thought that was such a pre-produced situation. They wanted to cause conflict. They knew that they couldn't afford that. When Brandon said, we're thinking like 800 for an apartment, and she was like, 800 in Russia, that's 8 months of rent. I was like, damn, really? Thoughts of moving to Russia, but then Russia. The other pre-produced moment, because they want to move out, she has to get a job. So she goes to a gym. I assumed that this was a gym. They were looking for instructors. So Julia goes there and she shows them her dance moves. And we're all like, is this because he's talking about strength training? And I'm like, what she's showing right now is not strength training. It's something else. But he seemed very impressed with her dance moves. And I have to say, I was impressed with her dance moves as well. And they do have those types of dance classes at the gym. I just don't know if Yara is going to be, not Yara, if Julia is going to be able to teach. Remember, she's still working on her English. And even when she was trying to teach him the moves, it was just like, you have to be able to communicate with your audience, especially with something like that where people really want to learn. Again, I know it's a pre-produced moment, but I always love looking at property, so I didn't mind Brandon and Julia this week. Moving on to Mike and Natalie. But before we get into the Mike and Natalie storyline, there was some breaking news that we didn't get to cover last week because I didn't discover until after I finished the video. So there was some stuff, and we're going to say alleged, even though when you look at this week's episode, they blur out the background of Mike's, where he keeps all his knickknacks. There was a Confederate flag on one of his knickknacks. I saw the actual photo, and I'll put the photo up here for you guys to see it. And they blurred it out. Rightfully so, because they knew people would be offended. And a lot of people were like, yeah, pretty much assumed. But to see it, I already didn't like Mike. And his high-pitched yelling at Natalie. I already didn't appreciate him. But to know this, it's like, let's not have him back, y'all. Let this be Mike's last season on 90 Day Fiancé. And then we can get into a debate about the Confederate flag in the comments. But guess what? We're not. Anyways, with that being said, Mike and Natalie this week, they are fighting still. And this week they're fighting because Mike is upset that Natalie didn't tell him about the surgery for her nose. And look, is she getting a nose job? Is she getting rhinoplasty? Yes, that's what I'm assuming. I don't believe anytime someone says that they're getting their nose fixed because of the issues that they're having, these issues just developed while she was here in the States, which isn't impossible, but I believe it's a nose job. And I think she already has a nice nose, but there are a lot of people that don't feel, to us, they seem to have a nice nose, and then they go to mess it up. With that being said, trust and believe, if I ever get something done on my nose, my excuse will be I couldn't breathe. Literally, as I'm talking to you right now, I don't know if this is allergies or I'm a little congested, but just trust it. Just mind your business. Mind your business. But this fight between Mike and Natalie this week, I'm kind of tired of them because every situation they find a fight. We get to meet one of Natalie's friends, which I'm happy for Natalie. I looked at the kitchen thinking, oh, maybe this is the kitchen that she's making those YouTube videos with. Nope, doesn't match. Doesn't match. We hear allegedly that Natalie's not even in Washington State anymore. She's in Florida and she's dating someone else. Would not surprise me. We already heard rumors that these two are not together. They don't need to be together. I don't know why they ever even thought of being together. But look, we get it. He's showing her stuff on the truck. They get into a fight about this. I see Natalie's side. I see what she's saying. They gave her a date. As soon as she knew, she let him know. Yes, Juliana ended up knowing because I saw her first, but I'm letting you know. But she was assuming that he doesn't have time for her. Because when she originally spoke to him about it, he seemed as if, oh, I'm working. I can't help you with that. These two just need to just break up. I can't wait for the tell-all, though, because I want to see what really happened. Where are they currently with their relationship? But after this tell-all, get Mike off the show. Get Mike off the show. I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with Natalie, too, though. I'm done with her, too. She's not entertaining. We didn't get any Kalani and Asuelo this week. But of course, we did get Tiffany and Ronald. I love it when they go to another country. I was like, oh, I like this. I like seeing this. But, I've been team Tiffany. Not that I'm team anyone, but you know what I mean. This week, I'm not. I feel like Tiffany went there and she's just like looking for a reason to be mad at Ronald. And I have to say, although Ronald is not the most responsible, I have to say he's trying. And for her to come at him as soon as she's there, I'm calling partially pre-produced, but at the same time, I think she's also being just annoying. Ronald, she takes him shopping because she's like, there's no food here. Yes, rightfully so. You should be upset. There should be some food here. Okay. They go to the grocery store. He doesn't have enough money with him. He said he forgot his credit card at home. He asked her for the $260-something groceries. He just needed $50, which isn't a lot. When you're in a relationship, I'm sure these are things that happen and you don't think about it. And I understand she's put out money multiple times to come to South Africa. I'm sure he will pay you back for this. But it's not like you're not eating the food too. I think she was just looking for reasons to complain because it didn't end there. As soon as they get home, he's putting away the groceries. He's trying to clean and organize the kitchen. And I love watching people put away their groceries because I'm like, I don't put that in the refrigerator. And I'm wondering, maybe, people do things differently. Some people put their bread in the refrigerator. I don't. Some people put their onions. I think that was onions he was putting in the refrigerator. The things that I noticed. Either way, Tiffany's like, I'm tired. I need to go lay down. He's like, go lay down. But then she goes to play with the baby. And then she's like, come and help me with the baby. And she knows, like, this is the pre-produced and the annoying things that she's doing that I'm like, I can't even help you, Tiffany. I can't even help you. And I'm getting his frustration. I'm trying to make a nice home for you. I'm trying to put the groceries away. and you want me to watch the baby. But she does bring up a good point. She says, you know what? When I'm in the States, I'm doing all of this stuff by myself. But trust and believe, I'm sure her son is helping her with that as well. But my thing is, she could have went and laid down with the baby playing around her, or she could have just left the baby with him. I'm sure he would have figured something out. Him giving her the plastic bag. Look, in America, that would not be something that we would do. There are a lot of things, and even back in the day, there are a lot of things that we don't do now that we did back in the day. That we didn't. We would let kids go out and play till it got dark outside. Now you don't do that. So there are a lot of different things. Not to say the plastic bag was the smartest thing. I think that was partially him being facetious, I hope. But I am Team Ronald because I feel like Ronald is trying. And Ronald wants them to stay longer than 2 weeks. And I get it. And I get it because, look, it's far. They're far away from each other. You have a new baby with this man. You're newly married. But I also get she has an apartment she has to take care of. I'm not sure if, in regards to school, remember, this is a pandemic. There's remote learning. Is the internet good in his apartment for his son to do the school abroad there? These are all the things that I was thinking. If she could do it, I think she should do it, honestly, because you're not going to see him probably, who knows for how long, 6 months. We're not sure how long this visa process is going to be. I was just annoyed with Tiffany this week. She worked my last good nerves, and I can't with her. Speaking of worked my last good nerve, Libby and Andre, they're still on the RV. I'm going to fast forward because I'm so tired of Andre fighting with her sister, Becky. Perfect name. I don't believe there's real drama. I just felt like let's make drama between them and blah, blah, blah. He's trying to take over the business. Ha, ha. Whatever. The other fake storyline with this couple and 90-day producers, don't bring them back. Don't bring them back. And I know they're watching this video. Sorry. I don't need this. I don't need this on my show. But you pretending, the cameras didn't catch your daughter almost falling down the stairs. You just happened to turn the corner and catch her before anything happened. Yes, it's possible. But for this to turn into a big fight, I didn't believe it. And maybe I didn't believe it because everything else that you've done on this show has been fake and phony. And I'm not interested in this storyline at all. Get them off my show. Angela, I thought we weren't going to get any of Angela because we were in Nigeria and we got to see Michael talking with his friends, talking about how they broke up and the friends that she calls goofballs. He even called them goofballs. I was like, you're still referring to them as goofballs and they're your friends. And they're talking about how Angela needs to change. She needs to, be more obedient. I don't know about all that. But I don't know if I really believe that this relationship is over. And we see that when Angela goes to meet with her immigration attorney, and he's actually very reasonable. He's like, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. And then she's like, I'm going to have to go through this entire process again if I divorce this man. Yes, Angela, you don't want to have to go through this again. But, the rumor on the street is that she is dating someone else, allegedly. I don't know if I believe that. Angela, slip in my DMs. Not like that, Angela. I love Angela Deem, though. She makes me laugh. I'm so glad that we got to see a little bit of her in this episode because she really, even if it's pre-produced, she's funny to me. Even her he's like, have you tried to work on the relationship and tried to mend fences with him? Angela's like, yes, I tried to track his phone. Angela, that's not what the man was meaning in trying to mending your relationship. Oh, Lord. I do believe that they're going to get over it. I do honestly believe there's some sort of love there. The lawyer says that he does believe that Michael might be using Angela to come here to the United States. I think that is partially there as well, but I still don't mind. If Angela's okay with it, I'm okay with it too. Either way, this was a solid episode this week. How many more episodes before we get the tell-all? Because I'm kind of over it. I heard they filmed the tell-all already here in New York City. I can't wait to watch it. The tell-all usually is more entertaining than the entire season. The season, I get it. It's been a pandemic. We need to give them some sort of leeway. I don't want to give them leeway, but I'm going to give them some leeway just because we got Angela. And she, to me, is really saving the season. Everyone's storyline is okay. The ones that I can't deal with this season is Brandon and Julia, Libby and Andre most of all, and Yara and Jovi is not that entertaining to me. And I'm not saying there needs to be drama. It's just not interesting. He's gone half the time. They need to make money, I guess. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on the latest episode of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the couples or what you think of the season so far. And if you're looking forward to the tell-all, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload.